I mean, someone watching this is obviously going to think maybe a person in England shouldn't be doing research into mangoes.
That's probably a good, yeah. Doing research into tropical crops in the UK is very difficult. This is what might have been classed in the past as an exotic fruit, but is something that's far more common now in supermarkets. But it suffers, like all fruit, from being perishable. It will go off. Now, that's not a problem if you live in one of the countries where you can grow a mango, so South America, India, for example. But it is a problem for Europe, where we have to import the mangoes, and that may take a long time because they have to be shipped over to us, possibly, or they can be flown, but that's quite expensive. So the challenge is to prevent them over-ripening and to extend their shelf life. With a lot of fruit, we might do that by holding them at low temperatures, refrigerating them. But a mango, like a banana, which you'd probably be more familiar with, doesn't like being refrigerated. We all know what happens if you put a banana in the fridge. It'll go black very quickly. Most of the mangoes that come in to the UK are already fairly ripe. I bought this morning in the co-op, and it's labelled ready to eat. We don't want that. We want them before they start ripening. So I used to be a very important customer for the Nottingham market, because I used to go up there and say, can you give me all your mangoes that are rock hard and there's no way you're going to sell them to a wholesaler? And they used to love me. But they weren't perfect, because sometimes they were rock hard because perhaps they'd been damaged during the chilling. And so they may not ripen properly. So we have to form partnerships. So in the past, we've had partnerships with, for example, Thailand, universities in Thailand, where they have access to mangoes, and they've gone out to their plantation, picked the mangoes, put them on a jumbo jet to Heathrow. We've sent a chauffeur-driven limousine down to collect them. They've come back to Nottingham, and we've started working on them.
And you don't do that anymore because it didn't work anyway?
We don't do that anymore because it didn't work, and it cost us a small fortune. They must have been the most expensive mangoes in living history. So what we now do is we form partnerships with those institutes where they now have access to the facilities we have at Nottingham, and we do joint research, and we get the mangoes in situ in those countries.
Why should I care? Because I can buy mangoes at the shops. Everything's great. Why are you bothering with this? I can eat mangoes now.
Yes, but they're very expensive. Maybe we could decrease the cost and improve the supply chain. In the growing countries, wastages can be a big problem. In some Southeast Asian countries, for example, up to 50+% of the crop is lost because it goes rotten before it's able to be transported and sold. If we can stop that, it improves their economy. A higher percentage of their crop is sold. And for the importing countries, they get more of the crop, and maybe it's at a lower price.
I associate mangoes with lovely tropical locations that I would see on a holiday. Do you sometimes get to go to some nice places because of your mango work?
Oh yes, I've been to the Philippines, in particular, working on mangoes. As I said, we have collaborations with Thailand. It's always helpful to go on site, not just tropical countries, but in the UK, to see how we handle our fruit growing. A classic example with the mango is to see how they're harvested and handled, because one of the problems with maintaining and preventing over softening is you have to prevent damage to the fruit if they get bruised or battered.
The university has some impressive greenhouses. Why don't you just grow mangoes here?
Yeah, it's difficult to grow trees in a glass house, and a mango comes from a tree. I'm not a horticulturalist, but I'm told that from planting to actually getting fruit on a mango is going to take about 10-15 years. I've only got 5 years to retirement, so it's not really a viable project in my case.